Usually the conversation around here is about football. Today, the topic is gas for one of the sponsors, specifically Mobile Supreme Plus Premium Gasoline. Let's start with the fact that Mobile Supreme Plus Premium is amazing. It keeps engines 3 times cleaner, so engines perform better for better gas mileage. Just ask motorsports legend Shirley Cha-Cha Muldowney. She raced top fuel dragsters in the 70s, so she knows a thing or two about gasoline. She also knows a thing or two about the 70s, so if there are any questions about leisure suits, vinyl, or fondue, fire away. One might wonder why they call her Cha-Cha. Like, is it a family name or a marketing ploy? Or maybe she thought it sounded cool. It's very curious. Getting back to fuel, Shirley and the team highly recommend Mobile Supreme Plus Premium Gas because it keeps engines 3 times cleaner for better performance and gas mileage. By the way, Cha-Cha Muldowney, she drove a pink car. Mobile. Legendary. 3 times cleaner compared to Mobile regular gas and port fuel injected engines. Actual results may vary. Visit mobilefuels.com for details.
Here we go. Let's get it going.
If you can't tell, I don't give a fuck because I got zero cares. This is the least stressed I've ever been after week 1. This is amazing.
That's actually really good.
What's that? You're worried about winning next week? I just get to talk shit on people for a living now.
So good. Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen. 92%ers, a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go, Sports Bar. Yes, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to our favorite spot to go grab wings for any game time. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, or wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S, as the 92%ers know. Jason, tell the people what we got coming up.
We got another great episode, 92%ers. In fact, this is officially our 100th episode. That's right.
Whoa!
It's our 100th. Did you ever think we'd make 100 of these when we started?
Jason, I thought we were going to get canceled after like the first week.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's probably the correct. If I was a betting man, I would have put those odds down rather than get to 100.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like we've done 100.
No, it doesn't. This has been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Let's do 100 more.
What's up with the Lakers shirt?
Oh, the back-to-back? Just saying.
Oh, is that why?
Cool. Yeah.
But you should have like a Bulls jersey because they were the ones that did the three-peat.
Yeah, they did the 3P. That's why I got the...
They did a 3P twice.
That's why I got the 13s on. He wanted the
okay, gotcha.
Just a Hooper's fit.
Makes sense. All right. You wanted to revert
Although he
back
actually
based
won
on...
his last game.
I know what's going on right now. I know what's
the
going
last
on
day
right
he
now.
wore 14s. But
I know exactly why you're back into the Hooper's fit because everybody saw what you were wearing at the U.S. Open and that you went complete opposite Hooper's fit.
Yeah, I went country club. It was tennis. What do you want me to do? It was tennis.
Yeah, you went country club. So you got to recorrect your brand image. You got to go back to your roots.
My brand image. Listen, you know me. I'm a chameleon, man. I float. I float and I just blend. I just blend in the trees, baby.
All right, well, before we won't get into that now. I'm sure that's somewhere in here. We're going to celebrate the 100th episode of New Heights by finally talking about NFL games. That's right. We're going to cover all the week 1 action, including the Chiefs' week 1 1-0 start to start the season, the Eagles win in Sao Paulo, and we're also going to get out of the house to talk about Monday Night Countdown in the Bay Area and Travis's low-key Sunday out there at the U.S. Open.
Super low-key, didn't do much.
Another reminder for all our 92%ers, if you want to listen to us early without any interruptions and get bonus content, we're giving you 3 months free of Wondery Plus.
Hey-o!
What do you guys want to get from us from bonus content? I guess we're open to suggestions.
Yeah, we're definitely open to suggestions.
Wondery was like, hey, if Wondery Plus gets bonus content, we're like, we don't really have bonus content. We kind of just put it all out there. So whatever bonus content you think would be interesting to you guys that we can charge you more money for, I guess, let me know and we'll put it in this Wondery
I don't think
app
this is one
thing.
of those situations, yeah. That's funny as hell. But 24-hour live stream of a day in life of Jets Jake, maybe?
I'm not going to lie. I would watch that. I'll pay the Wondery Plus just to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I am very curious. What do you think Jets Jake is doing right now?
Not going to lie. I think it's a lot of very uninteresting things.
That was fucked up.
24 hours of Jake is probably similar to like Adam Schefter. He's just on social media all day, waiting to see what gets put out into the internetosphere.
He's just collecting data.
I don't
That's
know,
how you know he cares.
Can we bring Jake on? Let's have Jake comment.
Jake, what do you think? What do you got going?
I'm here.
Jets Jay!
Hey,
How we doing?
Dude, you're looking
How
great,
are you
man.
doing? How are you doing?
I mean, yesterday was rough.
How does it feel to have all of your dreams just crushed right at the start of the season?
Brandon sent me a clip of Robert Saleh saying, like, losing with Aaron Rodgers being healthy is better than winning without him, which I guess is true, but man, that sucks.
Oh my God, he
Dude,
said that?
He was like, being 1-0 last year is worse than being 0-1 this year, which I guess is true, but man, that sucked.
I mean, I think everybody knows what he's saying.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but in terms of, no one wants a 24-hour live stream of my life, dude.
Jets are back, baby. That's funny as hell.
No one wants to see a 24-hour live stream of my life. That would be incredibly boring and a lot of just me looking at my phone on the couch. But we'll do it. If Wondery Plus wants it, I'm game.
What else do you do besides look at your phone?
What are my hobbies? I don't know.
What are your hobbies,
I
Jake?
walk my dogs a lot. We go on hikes.
Nice, you're a big
Nice. What
walker.
kind of dog you got?
You're a hiker.
Got a beagle and like a Vizsla mix. He's like kind of a beagle.
Vizsla mix?
They're great. They're good dogs.
They need some exercise, man. Do you take them out a lot?
Yeah, I do all right. I walk every morning. My wife does a lot of the walking too. She takes them down to the beach.
Okay.
You just fucking said you do. You don't do shit.
I don't do a lot of shit, dude. I do.
I go on a lot of hikes. I'm not gonna lie. My wife walks them a lot.
Travis can hear that
I
right
don't
away.
do a lot of shit. I watch football. I watch football and
All right.
hang out.
Sounds like you're very dedicated to the show, and that's why we love you, Jake.
Yeah.
What are the names of your dogs?
Carl and Lloyd.
That's like you just got
What
roommates.
are their last names? Is it Lloyd
No,
Christmas?
they're Chatskys
No.
now.
Carl Mathers.
They're Chatskys.
We're the
All right.
Chatsky
All right.
family now.
Good
I
enough.
made that legal.
I'm a big fan of human names for dogs, so well done. All right. That was riveting. Thank you for coming on, Jake.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Best of luck next week.
Good luck to the Jets, baby. And I guess that is true. We'll get to the Jets later, but I guess that is. I mean, you got the guys in the building that can win you some ball games. I get it.
I think I understand.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
all
get
I'm
to that
saying.
later. This is only available for a limited time, ladies and gentlemen. So get going. Visit Wondery.com/New Heights offer to redeem this offer. But first up, as always, 92%ers.
That's right. It's time for new news.
New news
That's
coming in
right.
hot.
New news is presented by the MTV Video Music Awards.
Hey,
That's right. Don't miss music's most iconic night live. Tonight, Wednesday, September 11th at 8/7 Central on MTV.
hopefully Taylor can walk away with a few. She's nominated for about 10 of those things tonight. Hopefully she can walk away with some Moon Men. Those are always one of the
Moon Men.
cooler
Is
trophies.
that what,
Yeah,
is that what the trophies is?
yeah, the space guys.
Let me get some eyes on this. It's a Moonman. I want to
Oh,
see
you've
what
seen
this
it
thing looks
before.
like. MTV music. I think I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's the big silver moon guy with the American flag, I think.
Yes.
We landed on the moon.
Well, it's the MTV flag, but that's a really cool award. Let's go, Tay. Come on, Tay.
Stay on top. Here we go. Wishing everybody the best, though.
Unless you're up against Tay, then I hope you lose. First items first. Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, and myself. That's right. We're doing a new Christmas album, and it's
Hey-o.
coming out November 29th. The third album is called A Philly Special Christmas Party, and it features 13 songs, including 3 originals. I thought it was only 2 originals. There's a third one that's an original.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. There's the 3 originals. There are special guest appearances from Boys to Men, Devin Gillifan, Travis. I don't know if you've heard of Travis Kelce, but he is
Me.
also on the album again.
I made it again.
Actually, I mean, I guess we should just talk. It's Travis, myself, and Boys to Men on like an R&B Christmas song. I don't really know how this
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
I can't
you
wait
knew exactly
to
how this
unleash
happened.
this.
This is
I
one
don't.
of my favorite. This is one of my favorite little creative like side jobs I've ever done.
So one of the members of the Philly Specials and dear friend, Zach, wrote this song. And when he first showed it to me, I was like, this is not a Christmas song. But the more I listened to it, I'm like, man,
It's about as Christmas.
this might
as
be the
Christmas
coolest
gets.
Christmas song I've ever heard. Like, this thing's got some flavor to it.
Yeah, and Boys to
And
Men
it's
really
definitely
put some sauce on it.
evolved as more and more people have gotten in. Boys to Men threw their flair on it, which is, I mean,
Unbelievable.
I don't know that we ever thought in a million years. Well, I can definitely say I never thought in a million years I'd be collabing on a song with Boys to Men, but
I have zero musical talent. There's no way I ever thought I'd be in any of this shit, especially with Boys and Men.
Pretty remarkable.
Knowing that we grew up on Boys and Men being, one of the main focuses on Christmas albums. Like they've got a million just bangers of Christmas songs. So it's definitely an honor to be on there with them, but excited to hear the rest of the album. You got a bunch of fun names on there. All I guess will be a surprise when the album comes out on the November 29th.
Philly Special Christmas Party will be sold as a limited edition white vinyl, and to pre-order that, you can do that on November 1st. I don't know how fast these things will sell, but if you want to ensure it, I would suggest the pre-order kind of vibe. Proceeds from the album will be donated to local charities, as we've done in the previous 2 years.
Nice.
What would be another holiday album that would be good, do you think?
Man, the only one I could think of is like a 4th of July.
Oh, patriotic album? I wasn't going there, but that would be just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was thinking Halloween. I don't know what it is. There's like Halloween is creeping up there with some music. You don't like Monster Mash? For some reason, we were just listening to Monster Mash with Wyatt today.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The Monster Mash. It was the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. No?
Never heard of it.
All right. Well, screw me. All right. What's another very musical-oriented holiday? 4th of July is a good one. It is a very good one.
It's probably the only one I can think of. Well, make sure you check out on November 1st to get that pre-order, and check out the album on November 29th.
Heck yeah.
Moving on to some other new news. If you're wondering what Jason has been up to during his new retirement phase, he's filming his own garage beer commercials. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
And they're getting better and better with every idea this brilliant man comes up with.
Yeah.
The most recent one, though, was him and Bo Allen washing some cars, just making sure the car stays clean and enjoying a nice garage while they're doing it.
Yeah, we were who
came up with this idea?
I don't know. I've always loved beer commercials, and I've always loved like the old school, like whether it's Budweiser ads or the most interesting man in the world. Like I feel like beer commercials are always just iconically put in your brain.
Yep.
So when we
Coors Light commercials with the Love Train.
Yep. When we partnered with Garage, I was like right away, I'm like, man, we gotta try and do some fun ads.
I hear you, man.
And I think I got more time on my hands. So I'm trying to think of like, what are some ways that we can do some fun stuff, and creatively, it's fun to think about different ideas. I'm a big idea guy, not a big execution guy. Luckily, we got a bunch of people that work with Garage Beer that know how to execute ideas.
Yep.
I'm a big idea guy.
Yeah. You bring it to the table.
So yeah, this was our first one. We thought this one sounded the most fun. We knew that it would generate a lot of buzz online. Yeah, this is just the first of many of well, I guess we've been doing it, but this is the first one that I've had kind of come up with.
Nice.
So we'll see how they go from here.
Did you always have Bo Allen in mind when you were thinking about washing cars?
I knew I wanted some other big
short
hefties.
Shorts on?
I knew I wanted some big hefties. I thought about, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata.
Those guys are
some current
they're
guys.
A little busy. They're a little busy right now.
Bo, I knew was going to be in town.
Nice.
And I also don't know with current players what the rules are with alcohol. Like I know that there's like rules against alcohol endorsements and stuff like that. So it's a fine line. But anyways, Bo was going to be in town. I was like, Bo would be perfect. Kylie did not help film it. She was coaching her field hockey team and actually being a productive human while Bo and I drank 12 pounders.
You guys were getting,
washed a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I was a little nervous because there's a lot of stuff out there that the Cybertruck short circuits going through car washes. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't read up on the Cybertruck news. Why is that?
I think it's just like they didn't seal something properly or something like that. But there was it did rain once and the car door kept opening when I parked it until it dried and then it would close again. They had to get these things out there. They had to rush them out. So
they had to rush them out. It took them 3 extra summers to figure it out.
Well, listen, when you're making it out of,
listen, those things look
steel
sweet.
alloy
right?
They send to space.
Those things are sweet.
Time to figure out.
Those things are sweet. I want the little I want the little four wheeler.
Oh, the quad.
The
that
ATV.
they said was going to be with it.
Quad, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that comes out eventually.
That thing looks sweet.
That thing looks dangerous.
I cannot wait. My middle name's Danger. Make sure you guys check out the Garage Beer ads that have came out and the ones that are yet to come, because Jason is so creative. Oh, he's got a bunch of ideas.
Well, we got more for you.
And that does it for a little new news presented by the MTV Video Music Awards. Make sure you watch the VMAs live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on MTV. Moving on to some fan mentions of the week. Before we get into our bold topics from week 1 in the NFL, let's shout out some fan mentions.
Love it.
We got quite a few mentions from the 92%ers about the llama costume contest from last week's episode.
Really botched this one.
And we really missed this one. I swear this was actually one of the books that I wanted to get my nieces, Jason.
Oh, don't worry. They got
and you already had them. Yeah. You already had this thing stocked up.
This is I think this is from every family has this book, and they should.
Yeah, since the 90s. At Red Crested Hannah, at JC Kelsey, do you really not remember this book? The llama is the very hungry caterpillar, and we completely missed it.
Yeah, I don't know how we did miss it because it's very obvious now looking at it. Eric Carle, man, what a great book. He's got a few bangers. You know what I like about these ones too? Dude, they are quick. It's like
quicker, in and out.
The Eric Carle little kids books are kind of like the TikTok of kids books. You're in and out of there. Boom. Oh, the caterpillar ate on Monday, he ate cake. On Tuesday, ate a salami. On Thursday, and then it's bing, bang, boom. He ate a leaf and he got healthy again. We're out of here. Good night, kids.
Yeah, it's not the Dr. Seuss book where you're just trying to figure out every word by yourself. You're just like,
dude, it is. I love the Dr. Seuss books too, but it is a
Astrubulus, Adubulus,
Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea. Mordecai Ali, I think that's how it goes. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, well done. Thank you for pointing it out. We definitely missed that one. So appreciate the 92%ers keeping us in line there. Do you think we should have like a corrections segment of the show?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not really. You want to talk about a bonus episode.
Oh, that could be a bonus. That could be a bonus
episode of just corrections and just shit that you have to pay because it's censored. Everything's censored.
Have you seen Nessie yet? Have you seen our new puppy?
I've been watching that baby wolf, that coyote walking around behind you for the past 5 minutes.
Come on, Ness. Oh, say hi to everybody.
Oh, that is a good looking pup right there.
Say hi to everybody, girl.
That's a good looking pup.
Oh, yes, girly. How you doing?
Seems like an absolute sweetheart. She have as much fire as Winnie.
She's coming off real sweet right now. She is a terror.
I love that.
Can get up in the sink already, pulling dishes out with her teeth.
Oh, shit.
She's the most food aggressive dog we've ever had in our life.
Not nice for anybody in the kitchen, but nice.
I'm going to have to put her back outside. She is going through like bags right now. All she does, she tears open bags of old food. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's why you get the farmer's dog who has a Ziploc bag.
It stays in the fridge. She can't open the fridge yet.
Good point.
She can't open doors though. I found that out. Any door that has like the little hinge one like this,
just hits it, and
she gets up and she hits it, pulls it open. I'm like, what the fuck is this dog? Hey,
that's it.
Don't you go in that toilet bowl.
The famous Kelsey way of fathering. Hey,
all right. Well, where were we?
Don't make me get up.
Oh, but anyways,
the last thing you want to make me do is get up.
Corrections.
If I get up, huh? Hey, it's about enough,
dude. If Dad did get up, we were going to get a spanking just for making him get up. It was such a Jedi mind trick.
You do not make a 90s dad get up off of his ass. That is the golden rule. Because once he gets up and you start hearing, because he'll
oh God,
oh fuck, oh it's a stampede.
Yes. His legs are clearly still asleep. He can't feel the ground, so he's just stomping through the floorboards. He's been seated so long in front of a Law and Order television set.
Dude, this is so good. All right,
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that's the bonus content everybody's looking for. Is the corrections of the New Heights episodes.
Let's get to some bold topics to wrap up week 1 in the NFL.
Hey,
Travis's game. That's right. The Chiefs open up the season once again. I guess you do that a lot when you win a bunch of Super Bowls. Chiefs 27, Ravens 20. There was a 20-minute weather delay because of thunderstorms. How annoying is it when the game gets delayed?
I really don't care.
No?
I'm at such a peace at that point in the game, or at that point in like getting
it doesn't
ready.
mess up like warm-ups or anything? Like you get warmed up and then you get cold?
Jason, you know we don't stretch.
I'm not a big warm-up guy.
I'll stretch a little bit. I'll stretch right before I go out there, but I'm not doing a whole dynamic warm-up and calisthenics and like
I'm going to do a couple squats.
I'm going to do it during.
Do something to get the glutes engaged, and then I'm ready.
Glutes. Fire the glutes, get the posterior fired.
If the hips are working, everything else falls in line.
I'm with you. I've been working all week on it.
Although I will say recently I've had a bad back, so I've had to do some more core activation. Just that's part of getting older.
Core and hammies.
Dude, I do this one thing.
Lower back.
I do one thing. That's all I do, and then I go to lift. I take this dowel, I put it in between my legs, so I pull with this hip flexor and push with like this hamstring.
Yeah. That'll center your hips real good.
I go here, boom, boom. Then I do a groin deal. I do a glute deal. Ready to start the lift.
Nice. You ever get a real big pop when you do the groin deal?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's how you know you needed that exercise.
For sure.
Yep. And then you go and squat one time, and your sacrum just goes right back. All right.
So you said that it wasn't annoying with the weather delay.
No, we don't get those very often. You know, I think we've had a lightning delay maybe like a handful of times in my career.
Was it a good thunderstorm?
I didn't hear anything. There were a bunch of cool pictures from like the people that were in the stadium. Like they sometimes just like the stadium being lit up and it being like a cloudy thunderstorm sky. It's just, I don't know. It's a cool like look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't bother anybody, especially on our end. We were all just fired up, just kind of at the edge of our seats, ready to play this game.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, before we get into the game, let's start talking about what everybody else talked about after the game, which is the league's new emphasis on offensive line procedural penalties. Who doesn't love a good offensive line procedural penalty to determine outcomes of games? Illegal formation palooza. The Ravens got off to a hot start with Derrick Henry scoring a touchdown, but the biggest talking point was the 3 flags flown for illegal formation on the opening drive. It was flags galore.
We've been a part of this. We actually had a few of ourselves.
You guys had this?
A few on ourselves, yeah.
You guys had this?
I mean, we had it last year.
Who?
We were one of the teams that were really...
Nobody had a problem with it last year, right?
Yes, they did. And
My man, Jawan. Dude, that was...
Yeah.
It honestly reminded me exactly of the game last year when he had like 3 penalties in a row. And I was like, I don't even know how that's possible, but
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The biggest thing is that the refs are making it a point to keep the offensive line not only on the line of scrimmage, but legal. Like it is what it is. Like you have to check with them to make sure you're legal, just like the wide receivers and tight ends or whoever's on the line of scrimmage in terms of the skill set.
So I will say, this is one of the reasons I'm not a fan of points of emphasis by officials. I really think that they go out of their way to look for it. So anything that's close ends up getting called, which I get that we're trying to eliminate this and that we want you to make these calls, because the reality is tackles have been getting away with being deeper and deeper and deeper. And I don't think people really fully understand how much that is to the offensive lineman's advantage. It is so much of being good at pass rushing as a defensive end is getting to the tackle's hip line. The faster you can break the tackle's hips and make him turn, the more effective you're going to be as a rusher, because he can't stay in his set. He can't stay square. Like all of being a tackle for the most part is keeping the rusher in front of you. And that comes down to pre-snap, getting as much depth as possible. And then 2, jumping the snap count and kicking off. And this is what everybody is raving about, because really the best tackles in the league jump the snap count and they also grab depth. And it is hard to get a pass rush as a defensive end. So I think that they should be calling this more. I just don't like points of emphasis in general. And I hate when it happens so much. It just feels like it's stalling out the game. And I know that Ravens fans feel like it's one-sided. I'm going to be honest. I looked at the clips. I didn't see Jawan Taylor lined up off the ball. Like the reality is his head looked like it was breaking the plane of the center's belt buckle. Ronnie, I think it doesn't help him. Even in this picture that we got right here, I really think, because if you look at his feet, it's even with the left guard. It's more his posture. He's so upright in his stance that his helmet looks like it's further back. I don't know if he can, but a lot of guys will lean forward because they know that the official is looking at the helmet to break the play. They don't look at your feet. It's all about whether the helmet is set properly on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Part of me feels bad for Ronnie because, dude, Ronnie Stanley, what year is Ronnie Stanley going into? Like 10 maybe? Like he's been in the league for a while. And he's probably been setting up this exact same way his entire career. And then all of a sudden he starts a game and he's getting a bunch of flags thrown on him for something he's done his entire career. And it's got to be infuriating.
If I get flagged one time,
I'm moving up.
That's all you're getting.
So that's my one thing. Like the first time
I will overemphasize. They're trying to make it a point of emphasis. I will make it a point of emphasis that I am now on the ball every time.
I'm not going to give you another one of these bullshit penalties to call. I'm going to make sure I'm up there. And
it is what it is.
Like, but to his defense, it makes it way harder to block being up there. But I mean, if that's the way they're going to call the game, you have to play the game that the officials call it. That's the reality of it. That's a big part of the game that you're playing. We'll see how they adjust this week in practice and in next week's game. I think that it just opened up more criticism of the Chiefs getting favorable calls from the officials. Do you have anything to say to that? I mean, you won a Super Bowl on it.
Yeah. I mean, keep them coming, refs. That's why we fuck with you guys right now, man. You guys are making sure that I just don't get it. I think if you look at the actual penalties that are being called, we have literally been, what is it? The point of emphasis.
Yeah. Well, the reason they're calling this is because of Jawan Taylor this year and guys that were doing this a lot last year. This is the reality of it. Like Jawan was like, he got called for it a lot last year. I think Lane got dialed for one of these in the game.
Yeah, it was funny because you actually said this to JJ Watt. You said Lane Johnson has never been called or has never been offsides or off the ball ever in his life.
Yeah.
and JJ Watt replied with, "I beg to differ."
I also, so I commented, I do think it's hard for officials on the sideline to gauge when a guy jumps the snap count versus when it's a false start. When it's like a hairline difference, I think it's hard to see whether it was before the snap or on the snap, right? Like when it's really timed up well, I think they generally tend to like let it go, whether it's the offensive lineman or defensive lineman. And I don't know if you saw the game this week that TJ played, but TJ timed a snap count up perfectly and they called him for offsides. So I was like, well, that didn't age well, but guess they don't give the defensive guys much leeway.
No.
I'm just not a fan of the slow motion takes at false starts and like jumping the snap count because it doesn't feel right. Like when you watch it in real time, when the ball's moving, like even the one on Jawan, which I thought like Collinsworth called it out as it should have been a false start in the TV copy that I was watching. And when I was watching it, I thought for sure false start. And I still think it was a false start. But when you watch the timing of the ball and his jumping, even in slow motion, like the only thing he does is he leans slightly, but when he actually kicks, it's exactly when the ball moves. It just looks more because he's moving before everybody else. I got to get off Twitter is what I got to do.
I think everybody begs to differ. Everybody
begs to differ?
Everyone does. Everyone loves you on X.
Oh, I thought you said, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's fun to be on there. And I think it really started, honestly, it obviously started like questioning officials started once challenging became a thing. And like, it's like, okay, now it's like, oh, officials have this expectation to get calls right 100% of the time. Then it got taken to another level with like the legalization of gambling.
Yeah.
It is like toxic to the point of people, like the Ravens had plenty of opportunities to win the game. And the reality is the penalty differential of yardage was like 10 yards over the whole game. Like you guys had 47 yards of penalties. They had like 60 something. Yeah, you had a holding penalty. It was 6 penalties, you guys, 7 for the Ravens. The officials did not make the difference in that game. The Ravens had multiple chances at the end of it to win the game. Likely, if you would have been an inch more in bounds, like I just don't understand.
You got to size down and shoot in cleats. You got to go a size down just for those situations.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Isaiah is such a good player, man.
Well, I thought Pat brought up a good point. Wear some white cleats. Might be a little bit harder to tell if it's out of bounds.
I think HD. The cameras are so clear nowadays.
What if you like had somebody like paint your cleats so it like specifically looked like grass? You know what I mean? Everybody does these paintings.
It'd be like a French tip. It would just get French tip nails. You just get the tip of your toes painted white. Tip?
Bro, that might be genius.
You're an idiot. The French tips. That's what the shoes would be called.
French tips. We just started.
And something. Nike comes out with their new, very productive
receiver only cleat. The French tip. Kind of like that.
Nice.
All right, let's transition to the fun part of the game was when football was actually being played and not stopped. So when the refs finally let the teams play football, Pat finished the game with 291 yards and a touchdown.
Pat Mahomes,
He made some history on Thursday night. That is because with his 23-yard completion to the Big Yeti, in the second quarter, Pat officially passed Len Dawson to become the Chiefs' franchise passing leader.
Lenny. R.I.P. to the legend, Len Dawson,
iconic,
baby.
Photographs of all time.
Super Bowl photo,
uniform. Yeah. I guess, was he in uniform when he did that?
He was. Yeah. It was at halftime.
That's right. Mahomes entered the game with 28,424 career regular season passing yards and needed 84 to pass Dawson.
God damn.
Pat is the only active quarterback to hold his team's all-time passing yards record. How about that? This is the clip. Here's the play.
It's crazy because I think it's only like 8 years or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the league's changed a lot, though, right? Like, it's a passing league now. Len was, like, passing it, like 15 times a game back then? Oh, look at that. Scramble drill. Big Yeti comes off of it.
When you're watching this thing on actual film, like on the iPad, from the behind view, the what is it? The
end zone.
Not the all 22, the end zone view.
Yeah.
When you're watching this thing from the end zone view, man, it is so cool watching Pat throw this thing right on the friggin' money to me, man. He's just you get him. He really shows his athleticism when he's throwing it on the run.
Yeah. Did you give him the ball?
No. I think I threw the ball and almost got flagged because, I was like, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
It felt like a chippy game. Was it chippy? It felt like a lot of like,
chippy,
trash talking.
The AFC rematch, AFC Championship rematch. Hell yeah, it was chippy out there.
All right, other standouts on offense. Rashee Rice led all receivers with seven receptions for 103 yards. Isaiah Pacheco had 78 total yards and a rushing touchdown. I'm so happy for him. What a beast. Dude, that route he ran on Roquan, I don't know if that's like, it was like almost like a fake like little out and then came back in.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants on that play. I know that play very well.
So that's a true option route.
True option route. Gave him the business, realized he was cover 4 and that the Mike backer's in quite a bind.
Yeah. With
a lot of space in the middle of the field.
What made him fake out and come back in? Because it looked like Roquan was inside of him. You know what I mean? Like you think based on leverage, he would just go out.
Yeah, but that's the option of it, right? You can kind of
just feel
moving.
It. You know he's going to overplay it. You can feel him being aggressive, and if you give that move,
you know where he's vulnerable, and you know how much space you realize the route concepts and how the defense has to relate to it. I'm just happy that Rashee is seeing the field like he's seeing right now. He is really playing faster with his mind this year, so he can really catch the ball, get vertical, split guys. He owned the middle of the field the entire day, and man, I couldn't be happier for that guy to have a 100-yard game, and hopefully we can keep this thing rolling and keep using him as he takes over the middle of the field and sure enough all over the field.
Well, the storyline everybody continually is talking about right now, and that is potentially because the Bills gave him to you guys, is Xavier Worthy. The rookie had a big night, finishing with 2 touchdowns. The first one being a 21-yard run I can't wait to show this clip. I know we don't want to talk about your blocking, but I love when somebody picks up 2. Little around play.
It's a staple, man. It's a staple. It's a staple when you got a really, really fast guy that's just good with the ball in his hands.
You need to, it takes a special player to hit this with the right speed.
We've hit huge gains with McCole Hardman on this play, Tyreek Hill when he was here. A lot of guys get this thing in space and they just know how to fearlessly attack the lanes that the O-line and the tight ends and the wideouts that are on that side of the field are blocking for him. And sure enough, all you really got to do is get a guy that's good with the ball in his hands rolling on this one. And sure enough, you get the big fatties out there just like Donkey Kong wheelbarrows. Remember that game? Just the Donkey Kong wheelbarrows, dude, just fucking rolling downhill on secondary guys. And
dude, they're all out in front. This wall of red, there's like no way. I remember watching this live and I'm like, dude, holy cow, this is going for 6. And immediately I saw your block. And that's one of the great things about this play, or like a toss play that hits so fast. If your guy falls, you can keep going. Like it's like, and right away, this is Van Noy. We don't need.
Yeah, he actually, I mean, to his credit, he almost got up and got the fucking tackle.
Kyle almost got up and made the tackle. But typically on this play, once you fall down, you can kind of be like, all right, I'm going to go climb now.
Yeah. He popped up pretty quick.
And I mean, you really didn't need to climb because there was an entire convoy of O-line.
I didn't have anyone else to block. Everybody was already getting somebody.
It's always fun just being a part of that convoy. Woo! We're all going, baby.
Just like, let's go, boys.
My man Creed was hauling ass on that play.
Creed got him one. Got him a nice little pancake on a Thursday evening. That was a fun play to see him get the ball for the first time in the NFL. Take it to the house like that on an electric play, like a reverse or an end around. Happy as hell for him. And another guy that's seeing the field. Making big plays when the ball is thrown his way. He's not playing tense. He's not tight. He's ready for the moment.
Yeah.
That's always one of the questions when you see a young guy come into the league. Like, is he going to let the moment get too big? And sure enough, he's cool as the other side of the pillow, baby.
Love that. Yeah. Coach Reed was asked about Xavier after the game, and he simply said he can run.
That's one thing he can do. Yeah, that's on everyone's scouting report, is that he can run. And sure enough, you guys will see he can run some routes as well.
Pat also made sure to get Worthy the ball right after he scored.
Oh yeah, Pat's a good guy, man. He gets it.
He knows.
He gets it.
We're gonna mount that one. That one's going in the man cave. First one of all time.
You're gonna want that one. Jason, do you have your first touchdown?
I never scored a touchdown, Travis. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
I did have a play that was we did have a quarterback sneak play in at the end of the year, but we were so bad that we didn't get to the trick ones. So never got to do it.
I knew there was one in there.
There was one in there where we were going to do like a tush push with me taking the handoff, but we didn't have time for shenanigans. We were trying to get the entire offense fixed. So
yeah, I hear you. I get it.
And I kind of like it. I don't know. It's fun to score touchdowns, but that wasn't my job. My job was to facilitate. I'm a facilitator. I'm Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean?
That's not a facilitator.
Dennis Rodman, facilitate.
He's not a facilitator.
Set guys up. I'm setting screens, rebounding, and dishing it back out to the skill guys. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
You're a facilitator.
I'm facilitating an environment that's conducive for the skill players to make plays. That's what I'm doing.
Then yes, you are a facilitator. In Spags, we trust, baby.
Spags, it was going to be. I was interested to see how the D got off to a start this year. Last year they were so good, and it felt like Spags was ahead of the league. And to be honest, they did not disappoint against a really talented Baltimore offense right from the get-go. And it started off with, Chris Jones, they could not block him in the first half. He was just like edging guards left and right.
That's Chris Jones for you.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He also had a strip sack on Lamar in the second quarter. Here's that clip.
Lamar has got to be the hardest quarterback in the NFL to prepare for. He is, not only is their run game so damn good, but then you have to, account for him in the run game. Not only you got to account for Derrick Henry coming downhill with Ricard blocking for him. It's like you got to account for everybody in the backfield there. And then on top of that, he can throw it. He's a passer now. He is 100% a passer. I know he had the one in the end of the game where he sailed it over.
He missed that one, but he was he missed that one for most of the game.
And it just so happened to be in a big moment, but he's making that throw 9 times out of 10.
He followed that one up with the likely catch, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So he was on the money there. It just like
dialed it in. Yeah.
Anyways.
And when you're preparing for a guy like that, either you have a guy with similar like talents, which is like getting the Walmart version of him. And, there's nobody in the league that you could ever put back there from your team that is going to simulate how good Lamar is. So you just put a wide receiver whenever you're doing the read option stuff. You put him at quarterback and try and insinuate the speed that he has. But then on top of that, it's like you got to now figure out how you're going to stop him with his arm.
Right.
Isaiah Likely had an amazing game. Happy as hell for him. Tight end you guy.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard that Baltimore offense, man. Once they get rolling, which I'm sure they will these next couple of weeks, man, that team's going to be really, really good going into the playoffs.
Well, back to in Spags we trust. A lot of defensive players played well. We already talked about Stone Cold Jones. Justin Reed led the team with 8 solo tackles. And my man, Leo Chanel.
He's just a dog. Just a football guy, man.
He's a guy that the stats don't even tell the full extent at what he does for you guys, right?
Big contained guy, keeps everything in front, makes sure that the cutbacks are there so that other guys can get tackles, plays his gap, bats balls down, is athletic enough to kind of spy the quarterback and make it tough on him if he steps up in the pocket.
He wears a lot of hats.
I hated blocking him, and he knows this. I hated blocking him and really even going against him on defense because he's really good in terms of reroutes and things like that. But Leo made me better in training camp, and he's really making us a better defense.
He uses his
especially
hands
after week
extremely
one.
well when defending blocks, like pressing and pushing guys back into the hole. I mean, Ronnie Stanley's a huge man. Outweighs him by probably over 100 pounds. And I saw him and he caught Ronnie coming off of a double team a little bit high. But either way, it's hard to press a tackle that is that big back into a hole.
He makes you stay fundamentally sound. You have to play low when you're around him or you're going to get bookended, man.
But on top of that, he's also athletic. He can run around blocks. He can play 3 technique. I mean, he does so much. And for a guy like Spags that likes to do all this exotic stuff, you got to have pieces like Leo Chanel that can, do it out of personnel that might seem like it's a lighter personnel or in base, and all of a sudden he's a personnel that can also, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I thought he was all over the place in the game. And even though he only had 7 tackles, which, I mean, that's still a lot of tackles, he had 2 pass breakups. It felt like he was all over and disrupting a lot of what the Ravens are throwing at you guys.
This dude, he is what I like. His arms are like, he has massive arms and like they're kind of lanky.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like he has like the same body type as John Cena.
John Cena.
Like that's John Cena in a football uniform to the point where when he first got here, like as a rookie, like I would see him on film and I'd just be like, John Cena. And I just would imagine like his like intro music in the back of my head, like dun, 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 dun. Every time he makes a play. I'm like, Arrowhead's got to get on that. They just got to play that shit every single time he gets a tackle.
Yeah, you could see him just doing thousands of Make-A-Wish Foundation events.
He is a good dude, man. I don't know where that
he's the best. All right, second.
Shout out to John Cena. Shout out to Leo Chanel, man. Great game.
We talked about Isaiah Likely having a great game. Everybody saw the last play there where the toe was, I mean, it's out of bounds. I know it's close.
There was some close, man.
Funny takes about, the toe, I guess, didn't hit first. Like the foot hits, but then the toe's out. And I don't think people fully understand that it doesn't matter, just for, I guess, education. If your heel touches the ground and then it rolls to your toe and your toe is out, that's considered out of bounds, even though the heel touches first. Do you know that? Because you look like you don't.
If you're out of bounds, you're out of bounds. I don't know what you're talking about. It's you get both feet inbounds. So if you're going out of bounds,
you know how like when you naturally stop, sometimes your heel will hit first and then your toe.
You need to have 2 heels in if that's the case.
No. It doesn't. If you're in the act of like your heel to toe, if your heel hits first and the toe hits out of bounds, you're out of bounds technically.
If my second heel hits before that toe hits, I'm in bounds.
I'm telling you that's not true. We went over this
has to be true.
As a team. I promise you. There's a clip from, I'll get it for you, but if you are in the act of finishing that second step, I'm just letting you know.
There's no way.
How much you want to bet on it?
I'm not a betting man.
All right. Well, what do you?
And they should catch me on the roulette table. All right now.
We'll get somebody in to clarify that. But I'm 1,000% positive because I remember going over it. There was a tight end that caught a back of the end zone pass similar to this, and his heel hit and then his toe hit out of bounds. And they said because you're still finishing the act of that second step, that you're out. Just letting you know.
There's no way.
Okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
His first heel hit and his second heel hit. And then his toes hit?
His first step, his whole foot's on the ground. And then while he's in the act of stopping, he goes heel toe on that foot. And they called it out of bounds because the toe lands out of bounds on that second step. Because the heel toe action is a full portion of that second step. I'm just letting you know.
That's fucking bogus if that's a real
That's what
rule.
They're calling it. That's what they said. Just letting you know. That's why you got to drag. Don't put your whole foot on the ground. You drag the toe. Just letting you know. Maybe we just saved the Big Yeti from making a similar mistake.
Gosh, you already know I've been working on those. I was working on them today, the toe tappers.
It really makes no sense that that would be out of bounds. But if you drag your toe, it's a.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I agree. I'm just letting you know the way they call it. There's a lot of things that don't make sense.
Maybe that's just the way you guys are teaching it.
I'm pretty sure it's what the officials said exactly. Like, it's not the way we're teaching it. It's what the officials told. Did you catch up with Likely after the game at all?
I did, man. I did. I told him congrats on a hell of a game.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll learn from it. I'm sure the Ravens will become a better team, man. That's a very well-coached team. They got a lot of great players. And we snuck out of there without having to go into OT or having to possibly get a 2-point conversion for the win.
Yeah. What are the takeaways from the game that you got, Trev?
Yeah. The biggest thing for me is that, they had the possession a lot. The possession differential, they had the ball a lot. And that's one thing the teams are going to try and do throughout the years, keep Pat Mahomes off the field or at least limit his ability to put the ball in the end zone. And touchdowns are so much more crucial when you have like teams trying to do that to you defensively. And so touchdowns more than field goals, even though we love Harry knocking through every single one that he gets. We need to find a way to get in the red zone and not hurt ourselves in the red zone like my sorry ass did after Chris Jones's big strip sack. So it's just executing at a much higher level, knowing that we had a good game, but we can do better. You
guys got the Bengals next week. They're coming off of pretty shocking loss to the New England Patriots by all accounts. It's any given Sunday in this world, like anybody can win. And
they'll be fired up. And the Patriots played really well, man.
Well, the Patriots played pretty well. The Bengals had a few mishaps that really cost them big. And the other thing is the Patriots last year.
Yeah, big injuries.
Bro, their defense was one of the top ranked defenses in the NFL. They're still good on D. They're trying to figure things out offensively, but it does not shock me at all that Gerard Mayo and company is still playing good defense.
They figured it out, dude. Hand that fucking ball off.
Dude, how about that?
Hand the ball off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, if you can run the ball like that in the NFL every week, you are going to be just fine offensively, especially with a great defense like that. But I think moving on to the Bengals are going to be ready for us. We're going to be dialed up and have a great game plan. I've already peeked at it with coaches today, and it's just it's going to be exciting to go up against one of the best teams in the league. I think they have a great defense. Their defensive coordinator always plays us extremely tough. They're very well coached. They got players all over the place and great players all over the place. And sure enough, it's one of the I would call rivals now that we have actually won a few.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a rivalry for the past, 4 or 5 years.
Well, we finally won a game. It has to be, you have to win a game to get a rivalry.
But there's been bad blood between you two teams for 4 or 5 years
bad
now.
Blood. I hear you, bad blood.
And, I don't even try and do it, but it just happens.
It's just in you now.
Well, no, I just think she does a good job of using these very common phrases that people would use regardless. But anyways,
I never heard of bad blood till she.
You gotta be, bro. Don't. Anyways, Joe. But there's been some turmoil, and the Bengals historically the last 2 or 3 years have gotten off the slow starts. It feels like. I know last year they definitely did. It felt like the year before was similar, and obviously they got the whole Jamar Chase thing going on. So they've had some turmoil, but I bet they're going to be far improved from their week 1 performance, especially with friend of the show and just absolute dog Joe Burrow leading them. And he gets to be playing in Burrowhead, which we know is his preferred stadium of choice in the NFL. So it'll be a fun matchup to watch. LeBron's stat of the game, Xavier Worthy became the 4th wide receiver with a rushing touchdown of 20-plus yards and a receiving touchdown of 30-plus yards in a game in the last 20 seasons. Not a bad debut. How about that?
I'm just glad our team understands LeBron stats now. This is such a LeBron stat. But the irony of 4 of the 5 guys on this list being Andy Reid products,
they are. Yeah.
Is pretty cool.
Yeah, all of those were Andy Reid coach teams,
and really they're all the very similar positions,
really
skill sets at least.
Fast,
Yeah, but guys really fast guys that are good with the ball in their hand.
Yeah,
that's a hard to get, but when you get them, obviously Andy Reid knows
Andy Reid knows how to spot them. I don't know if apparently other teams can't spot it, but old Big Red's got the eye.
Yep. Xavier Worthy last Thursday night, Tyreek Hill in 2020 versus Miami, and then Deshaun Jackson twice in 09 and 010. The oddball out here is obviously not necessarily the oddball out. Another great fucking player, Odell Beckham Jr. 2020 in when he was playing for Cleveland, the old Cleveland Browns.
Oh, wow.
But not coached by Andy Reid. Last thing, Jason, you didn't make it to the game, unfortunately. Not sure what the fuck you were doing, but didn't make it to the game. But Chiefs fans still had a message for you. They wanted me to pass along with this sign they made for you.
Yeah.
Travis, remind Jason cats are not poisonous. And guys, I'm pretty sure Jason doesn't need a reminder of that. He is still going to tell his daughters whatever he wants to tell them, because that's a very Ed Kelsey, Jason Kelsey thing to do, is to just lie to your kids.
Yeah, and I think it was pointed out to me, and I think this person with the sign is absolutely correct. Cats are not poisonous. Cats are venomous. Poison is when you eat something and you become sick. But venom, you can definitely listen. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Cats aren't poisonous. They're venomous. Everyone knows
they're not
that.
poisonous. They are venomous.
Yeah.
I am fighting an uphill battle. The kids believe Kylie that they're not venomous. I'm really trying to sell it, but I think it's going to take me seeing a cat with them in real time and just like going full like throttle into it and just acting like I'm seeing a great white shark, like just like running and like jumping over a couch and getting to high ground. Like I'm going to have to do something that's really going to have them be like, oh my gosh, was dad being serious this whole time? Because right now they don't believe me. Kylie has done a sufficient job of fooling them into believing that cats aren't venomous. So I'm going to have to do a better job. Anyway, sorry for missing the game. I thought I was going to be in Brazil with the Eagles, and that was one of the things that last second I was like, I don't really feel like getting on a 10-hour flight. I'm going to stay right here.
I get it.
I don't know. I wasn't nervous for the Monday night stuff. Actually, that's a lie. I was nervous. I feel like I wanted to like actually not have a lot of distractions for the first week of Monday Night Countdown so that I could try and just focus on that. You know what I mean?
Jason, you are a retired football player.
It's true.
You need to just fucking do whatever the fuck you want to do. You've been so busy at this point of the year. Yeah. You should just fucking do whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm busy, but I mean, first of all, I'm a dad, so I can't do whatever the fuck I want to do. I would love to just...
Yeah, but that's a part of doing whatever you want to do. You choose to be a good dad.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
I wasn't throwing shade. I was just having fun.
After our podcast last week, we heard how excited all you 92%ers were to get your hands on a box of Kelsey Mix. So we worked with General Mills to get the first 1,000 boxes to give away to all of you.
All right, now to grab one of the first boxes, head over to www.serialtrainingcamp.com/new heights and enter the code 92% for a chance to enter and win one of the first 1,000 boxes of Kelsey Mix.
We can't wait for you guys to try Kelsey Mix. When we had the chance to create our own cereal, we were inspired by mixing all of our favorites.
Our Kelsey Mix combines the flavors you know and love, like cinnamon and the goat taste of peanut butter and chocolate, and the perfect crunch and texture from the Cinnamon Toast Crunch squares.
That's what we're
to the delicious Lucky Charms marshmallows.
We've always been a fan of General Mills, so this partnership was something we were really excited about. We've eaten these cereals our entire lives. So once again, General Mills is giving away 1,000 boxes of Kelsey Mix, and you can enter to win one right now.
Go to serialtrainingcamp.com/new heights and enter the code 92% for a chance to win. Music's most iconic night is back. I'm, of course, talking about the MTV Music Awards.
All right now. And this year's show is being hosted by the one and only Megan Thee Stallion and is stacked with a great lineup of live performers.
That's right, 92%ers. Make sure you tune in to MTV tonight at 7 p.m. Central to catch live performances from Benson Boone, Chappell Roan, Glorilla, Halsey, Lenny Kravitz. Lenny's about to perform. That's what I'm talking about. Sabrina Carpenter and more.
Trav, how many of those artists have you actually heard of?
Every single one of them that I just mentioned.
Yeah, me too. It was another year for great music videos, but who will bring home the award for Video of the Year? I wonder who it's going to be. You guys are just going to have to tune in on MTV tonight to find out.
Once again, don't miss music's most iconic night. The MTV Video Music Awards are live tonight, Wednesday, September 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on MTV. Go Taylor. Moving on to a little Eagles in Brazil. Eagles 34, Packers 29 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Before we get into the game itself, this was the first Eagles game you haven't played in, Jason, in a very long time, or really ever, or at least haven't suited up and been with the team. What was it like for you?
I mean, it was weird. It was weird watching the game. The last time I watched the game was when I was out of the lineup in 2014 with a sports hernia injury. So it felt weird watching and not really being able, especially not even being on the sideline, right? Like there's nothing you can do. Like you're like watching the game and you want to know why certain things are happening or what happened here, or like, what are we getting to? And you just feel more like, you're just taking the game in, right? You're just like watching and you're like, oh.
Did you go and like watching like someone's garage, or like did you watch it at home with Kylie? Did you meet up with a few like Philly ambassadors that you played with in years past, or like what'd you do for the game? Like what does one retired football player do on Sunday?
I thought it'd be fun to watch.
Or Friday.
It would be fun to watch my first game of retirement with a guy that I had been with my entire career with the Eagles, who still works there, but now he doesn't travel with the team. So I was with Joe Appella.
Ooh.
Trainer Joe.
Oh.
So yeah. I was down there watching it in his den basement area. So we were watching the game together, and it was kind of cool watching it with him and
catching the Birds game in the den with old Joe.
That's right.
Hopefully Joe's doing great, man. Miss that guy. That's fun though, man. That's fun. And you were tweeting. You were the official Eagles Twitter follower that day.
I was tweeting to avoid the distraction of not being able to do anything. Probably over tweeting, to be honest with you, but
you just got to text somebody like one of the managers for the Eagles that on game day just call you from the landline on the sidelines. So you can just call in on that.
Yeah. I see what they're
be probably highly illegal, but
sure.
Would be hilarious if you did.
Well, I don't even know that it's illegal. I remember there was a story of oh my gosh,
Joe Montana.
Yes, calling his wife Montana in the middle of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's ball.
I'm pretty sure it's a landline for sure.
Yeah.
You just got to press one like the old what is it? School phones.
When yeah. You
just got to press
out.
one.
Okay, now you're back. Now you're outside.
Yep.
Yeah. It was weird watching. It was weird watching for multiple reasons. It was weird watching just being a former player and a lot of teammates and coaches that you were just with a year ago are doing it, and it was also weird because it was in Brazil. It was in a place that normally doesn't have a football game. So it felt very foreign. It felt like a very foreign event. The halftime show, I think it was during halftime. It was very voluptuous in some of the dancing.
Voluptuous. Nice.
I kind of enjoyed it, if I'm not going to lie.
I missed it, but
it was provocative is what it was. Anyway.
It gets the people going.
It got something going. But my initial thoughts were, obviously really happy that the Eagles came away with the victory, especially, they had to start with the two turnovers really, the very first two drives, and the defense, did a phenomenal job of holding them to 6 points in both of those situations. And, once they kind of got out of their own way, they started moving the ball. And the Packers obviously are one of the favorites to win the NFC. Hopefully as Jordan Love gets back, they're going to continue to play well. So I think it's a big win. It's a big win on the road. A lot of new pieces from the coaching staff and from players. I think overall, obviously, very sloppy game by both teams, and tremendously good that they came away 1-0 in it. And I think for the most part, a lot of the things that went wrong are like extremely correctable.
That's football for you. Sloppy start, maybe the field conditions in the play again. You guys making that fucking excuse again or what?
Well,
you guys won the game this time.
We did. So nobody. First of all, I have never complained about sloppy field, but I think the game is
maybe.
Did I complain about it? I don't think I did. The Eagles definitely did, or at least the Eagles fans did. You can go ahead and dig up a clip. You
learn from it, and that's what you can hope for as a team, is that you learn from it.
Listen, if you can find the clip of me complaining about the field in the Super Bowl, go ahead and show it to me.
I don't remember that.
I do think that playing on these soccer fields, it's just not the best.
You know what I think it is? I don't
surface.
think it's the grass. I think it's the sod. I think it's the
They
what
don't-
they're
it's not
using
rooted.
underneath the grass.
Yeah.
It's not rooted in there, and it's not like tough.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's like the cleats go in it, but it's very easy to take the grass out of it, and it kind of like almost like cut the grass with your cleats. And I don't know. I was running a lot out in Europe trying to get ready for the training camp and everything, and use some of the soccer fields out there, and it was very similar.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of looking around like, I am fucking this field up right now. I hope they don't get pissed off, but it is it's either you got to go turf or you got to make it strong enough for 300 pounders to be able to move, or like big strong running backs and linebackers to be able to put their foot in the ground without slipping. Because whether we're joking or not and saying that it's like an excuse, it's not preventing any injuries by having it like this. You know, it's only making it a higher risk. Yeah. And that's what you don't want.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that the root structure definitely appears different with these soccer fields. They're made for tiny European people. They're not made for large American men. The field conditions had Twitter going, LeBron James said it best. Man, this field sucks.
LeBron
If
James.
there's anybody that knows grass, it's LeBron James. Does it make sense for the NFL to keep sending teams overseas if the conditions are going to suck? Yeah, of course it does, because the NFL is about making money, and the only way they're going to expand is by going global. So they're going to keep doing this regardless of what the field conditions do. But I do hope in future years, maybe they can try to mitigate this. I will say, I don't like turf. I'm not a fan of the turf fields. Maybe this is the one instance where it makes sense to actually have the teams play on turf.
Yeah, I think
it's a more
think it's
secure-
more safe, to play on turf than it is to play on some of these soccer fields the way it's been going.
Yeah.
on.
I know that we're big anti-turf fields, but the reality is if the grass field is not set up properly, it's just a shitty game. And it's unfortunate to watch.
Well, this one wasn't. I don't know if it's as much of a shitty game. It definitely makes it harder, and the injury rate probably goes up a lot. But
Neither team had that many injuries. They do say when your foot slips out, it's less likely you're going to get injured, but I just don't think it just turns into a sloppy game. It also neutralizes a lot of times the D-line. Usually, both offensive lines played well. There wasn't a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks, and I think a lot of that comes down to I think it's harder to rush on a slick field, especially if you're a guy that likes to bend the edge and dip and get low.
not as much torque.
Yeah, it's hard to do that when you can't get
You
footing.
don't anchor in the ground as well.
Kind of like Hassan Reddick in the Super Bowl. All right. Overall, A.J. Brown was quoted, I don't know if Sao Paulo knows when to cheer, but it was great. Brown said it was loud the entire time. They kind of got a bad rap. We got a whole bunch of don't do's, but it's been a great time ever since we got here. Yeah, there was a lot of scare tactics, propaganda saying that Brazil was not the place to go. And I think a lot of players were told not to leave the hotel. Don't go on your phone outside. What's ironic in this whole situation, I'm pretty sure.
Don't go on your phone outside.
So I think that they were trying to, this is what I think. I think they were trying to genuinely keep guys safe, because if you don't know where you're going in Brazil, as someone who's been to Brazil, if you know where you're going and you're in the areas that are good, it's a very safe space. It's an awesome country. If you go to the wrong area, there's just like, there's some spots you don't want to hit. But that's the same way. Listen, the reality, the murder rate's higher in Philadelphia than it is in Brazil and so in Sao Paulo.
That's interesting.
Stay out of North Philly. If you go to Rittenhouse Square, you're probably going to be all right.
Yeah, but don't you feel kind of like,
I do, like, you know me.
I like to just peek around.
I tend to like the people in North Philly more.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They get it.
Yeah.
They get it. You get to see somebody acting out of line.
There's more
you fucking handle
depth
it.
to them. Walking around Rittenhouse Square and everybody's got a fucking
Those are my people.
quarter zip and
those are the kind of people I respect.
yeah. The second turnover, I don't really know what happened on that snap. I haven't talked to Cam or Jalen yet. There was clearly a miscommunication. Jalen wasn't ready for the snap to happen.
Heard that one.
Yeah. I think they were on silent cadence at that time. I know they were at silent cadence after that, which means that it's the guard is going to tap the center and the center's then going to snap the ball. So I don't know what happened, to be honest with you. I don't know if Jalen said something or if Cam thought he said something, or if Makai, he thought this was one of the things in the game where I'm like, I want to know. And I just don't. I just know that there was some type of miscommunication that happened, and it resulted in a fumble. And unfortunately, they got the ball inside the 10-yard line in their own territory. So do I remember my first start? Yes, I do remember my first start. It was against the St. Louis Rams. That's right. I was in the league long enough to play St. Louis. And my friend Chris Long was on the opposing sideline. And
him and Laurinaitis.
Laurinaitis, that was the big guy that I was kind of
Ohio State,
blocking a lot of. I think we had a bunch of plays designed to try and get me up onto the middle linebacker. I don't know if LaShawn scored on it, but I almost got edged on a screen in the red zone that Howard Mudd used to like to run, which I think is actually a really good screen.
I
remember most of it. I remember it being very loud, and I was surprised because there was almost nobody in the stands. And then I found out that domes are just like always loud because they either pump noise or the few fans that are there, it echoes and reverberates within the stadium.
Reverberates, man. You are fucking on it with these vocabulary words today. You're killing it, dude. The return of the tush push. The Birds ran the most exciting play in football without Jason Kelce, which makes it not quite the most exciting play in football. For the first time, though, then Jason, they just, it didn't quite have the success rate of 92%, and it's because you're not there, Jason. We know it's either that or the field conditions.
Those that remember my last game know that we did not pick one up against Vita Vea and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I don't know that I am the determining factor in the success of this. I think that, first of all, it's a really hard play to run when a lot of guys are running it for the first time. Once you've run it a couple times and you know how to run quarterback sneak, you get into a rhythm and you understand how it's going to happen. And I think they had a new piece at center with Cam, even though he played guard. It's different when you're snapping the ball and doing it. And then Mekhi Becton obviously being new at right guard. So they picked one up, and it felt very synonymous with the season before. And really, since Jeff Stoutland's been there, we've been running quarterback sneak. They got stalled on one, and then the other one that didn't work was a fumbled snap. And that's another one. Like, you could only rep that snap in the way it feels live. And the reality is you're so far leaning forward and trying to get leverage. It's a very awkward snap to get to the quarterback if you're doing it right. And I got to think, especially with the slick field, that there were factors there that led to even that fumbled one. But I think that the reality is the more reps these guys get at it, the more it's going to get back to that 90+% success rate. This has done nothing to discourage me. When I was live tweeting, I called for the quarterback sneak on the 4th and 1 instead of kicking a field goal, and they fumbled it. And I did the Homer Simpson, like, oh, wasn't me. Yeah. Because that didn't age well. But I do think they're going to get back on track. It's just a play that I think the more you run and when you really execute on it properly, I do not think that it's something that's not going to work at a high success rate.
Nice. Well, hopefully the Eagles can get that rate back up to 92%, or else our 92%ers are just percenters.
How about that? Do we change them? I mean, it's always been less than 92% for the rest of the league.
No, Jason, you're the reason it's 92%.
What would be another?
You're here now, so it's still 92%.
Yeah. All right, fine.
Saquon's Eagles debut in the offense. Let's talk a little bit of the biggest story of the game, and that's Saquon Barkley, the new Eagles running back and former New Heights guest. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, baby.
And former New York football giant. Saquon finished with 3 touchdowns, 132 total yards in his first Philly game, which is pretty damn good. And he tied Terrell Owens for the most TDs in Eagles debut with 3.
Yeah, no, it was an impressive game. And I think we saw how dynamic he is. Not only is he great as a running back, but his first touchdown, I mean, that catch down the in the left part of the end zone there.
He makes those things look routine, man. That's
rare to see in a running back. And having a piece like this, a guy that's that explosive as a running back, he can run people over. He can make you miss. And then he can also go out wide and run routes, or he can run play action and then catch a ball like that. I mean, just a tremendously talented player. And I think we all got to see firsthand how he's going to look in the well, I guess it wasn't midnight green for this game. It was black and white, but outstanding first game from Saquon. Did not disappoint one bit.
Not one bit. Jalen finished with 311 total yards, 2 touchdowns on Friday night. And it looks like we don't have to worry about Jalen versus the blitz because he seemed to be pretty on point with his answers for the blitz, at least this game.
He was fantastic in this one. And I think there's a lot of people like, why didn't they blitz more? And I expected more pressure, to be honest with you, with the way we ended last season. But I think this D coordinator comes from more of like the San Francisco tree. And when we played San Francisco, there's another style of what people have done to try and stop Jalen. And it's really play these zones, keep everything in front of them, and then their eyes stay on the quarterback to try and prevent him from scrambling. And it felt like they elected to go more with that strategy. It'll be interesting when we play some of these coordinators that like to dial up blitz more. It's clear that he is assessing it now, right?
He's playing faster.
Well,
he's playing faster.
He's playing faster because he's looking at that, and he can make decisions based off of it. And he
has an answer he wants to go to.
We saw firsthand what
AJ Brown can be a very good answer.
Oh yeah,
when teams are blitzing.
Yeah, obviously they've spent a whole offseason on it. They have more answers just in general, I'm sure, because they've been working on it. And Kellen Moore is going to offer his new wrinkles, being the new OC, and I thought it was an outstanding first game in that category. No question about it.
Well, we're not going to pass up Jordan Love's injury. Is very unfortunate, but he's out 3 to 6 weeks with an MCL sprain. One of the up-and-coming, we're now here, top quarterbacks in the league. Jordan Love obviously ending last year with an unbelievable season and played really well. And he is fun to watch when he's healthy, man. So hopefully he can get healthy fast. I don't think it was a dirty hit. I think Jalen's trying to get him down, and Jordan's just kind of got caught in a bad position trying to get rid of the ball and not take a sack. But yeah, it's kind of like it looked way worse on film, especially when you slow it down. So hopefully this MCL sprain really isn't anything too serious, so we can have one of the best players in the league back out on the field, man.
No doubt. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Jalen's just trying to do anything he can to get the guy down. And unfortunately, he got caught in a position and ended up getting the MCL sprain. I think some of it also, Jalen had at least one personal foul, Carter, that is, earlier in the game. Like, there was a lot of, pushing and shoving, I think. But regardless, that play in particular, did not look like he was intentionally doing anything. So, in my opinion.
Not at all. LeBron's stat of the game: the Philadelphia Eagles are the only NFL team in history to win a game in the Southern Hemisphere. How about that?
How about that?
Nick Sirianni now 4-0 in his season openers, and none of them have been at home.
How about that?
That's ironic.
Holy cow.
That's crazy.
That's
a couple LeBron stats of the game.
Hey.
Final thoughts, though. Philly's coming back next week against the Falcons, who had a tough go against the Steelers the other night.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football?
Always. And I think this is going to be a fun one. Obviously, this is my first time being back at the link as a non-player, so I get to take in that part of the atmosphere.
Hell yeah.
And I'm looking forward to being back in my home stadium. It's going to be awesome. Falcons, I know they didn't look good against the Steelers, but do not be fooled. The Steelers have been Tomlin, I know a lot of people are getting on them for whatever. You can't get on their defense, especially when TJ Watt's healthy. That defense is routinely one of the best in the league, and TJ was on one in that game. So
he was all over the place.
The reality is I don't think that's a fair evaluation of who the Falcons are as a team. I think that's a tough matchup for any offense going up against the Steelers. And they didn't, the Steelers offense, a little bit more question marks around that, but it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. I do think I'm probably biased. I think the Eagles should take care of business at home. I wouldn't look at the Falcons as though last week proves that it's going to be any type of easy game. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. Don't make any mistakes about it. And they're going to be coming in, trying to get retribution for that first loss of the season.
Well, I can't wait to watch NFL Countdown and see you in your element back there in the old link. And the Birds versus the Dirty Birds. We'll see what happens Monday night.
All right, let's move on and talk about some of the other things that happened across the league in week 1. Yeah, it was not a great Sunday for offenses. A lot of great defensive play. Once again, that's where the last season ended. And this one's starting. Both the Steelers and Bears won without scoring an offensive touchdown. Dude, that Bears game, looked at the stats and was like, how in the, like, screw it, I'll go swear jar. How in the fuck did these guys win this game?
Block punt?
It didn't make any sense. They had nothing going offensively.
If both teams have nothing going offensively, if you get a special teams and a defensive touchdown, 14 points is going to win you the fucking game. Yeah.
And that's how. We obviously everybody's talking about the Will Levis interception at the end of the game where he this pose kind of sums it up while the play's still going on.
Tough.
You know, he kind of knows it is all coming.
Yeah. Fuck. How did that happen?
Yeah, not good. Titans new head coach Brian Callahan was quoted saying, "If we just punted on 1st and 10 every time, we might have won the game." That's a great freaking quote.
God damn, that's good. Shout out to Brian Callahan. Hopefully he gets things turned around over there in Tennessee.
Yep.
In Nashville. Broncos got 2 safeties in the first half against the Seahawks. You don't always see 1 safety, but let alone 2. First time this has actually happened in the NFL since 2017, Miami versus Denver. I think it happened against Denver, though. Yeah, it was a tough week for rookie quarterbacks. Bears rookie Caleb Williams, 14 for 29, not even 100 yards. Yeah, it's a rough start, but at the same time, it's the NFL, bud. Broncos QB Bo Nix had a few more completions and a few more yards, but racked up a couple of interceptions and ended up with a worse QB rating in 47.5 as the Broncos lost. At least the Bears rookie got his first win. And then the Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels had a good rushing day despite the loss.
Yeah.
17 for 24 with 184 yards. He probably played the best out of all 3 of them.
I thought he did. And the other thing I liked about Jaden Daniels' stats were I forget what his time to throw was, but it was one of the lowest in the league. And I am always a fan of a quarterback that gets the ball out of his hands,
quick,
baby.
Man. That's why I love Alex Smith, man. That ball was catch gone. Tom Brady was really good at that too. And sometimes you just got to get it to your playmakers quick, man.
When the quarterbacks know to get that ball out, it opens up everything because then you can hold on to it at times. It discourages the rush so much. So yeah, hopefully they can keep that going with Jaden. Obviously, Commanders looking to have a huge turnaround. That organization in general has been through a lot. So, you know, I know they got it handed to them by Tampa Bay and my man Baker Mayfield, but
yeah, Bake.
I thought it was a pretty promising day for the young gun in his first start.
Yeah, well, it was true. It was also just a tough week for QBs in general.
No doubt.
You don't really see too many QBs going over 300 yards. 18 starting QBs threw for 200 yards or fewer this week.
Yeah.
And it ties the most in week 1 since 2008.
Yep.
But there was one guy that kind of got after it there, and it was Dak Prescott, who threw for 179 yards, but still maybe had the best day.
I think he did, and that 179 is like probably not a fair number because they got ahead so early that it starts changing up what you're doing offensively. Like they were beating the crap out of the Browns. And I think that you start running the ball more, you stop, you know what I mean? It was Dak in his limited
day up on the lake.
Yeah. Early, he looked every bit of it. And I mean, can you talk about a better day? Just sign a multi-$100 million contract and then go out there and win your first. That's a day. That is a fun experience. Well done, Dak.
I've been able to kind of hang around Dak here and there, and he was at tight end U this year, speaking his mind to all the tight ends there and giving them an idea of what the tight end position looks like through the eyes of a quarterback, and at that, the highest paid quarterback in the league. So guys were getting nuggets of gold from him, and I'm so appreciative of his time and him being able to do that. But at the same time, he is such a good guy, man. Just such a good dude, and couldn't be happier for him, especially with all the speculation through last year and the injury and having to kind of go out and prove himself, knowing he's kind of proved himself already, but did it again last year, and sure enough, now is the highest paid player in the league.
I'm going to say this, and I think it's probably going to upset some Eagles fans. I like where Dak Prescott is at right now. Like when you can see it in his interviews, how much more comfortable he is being like a leader in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I think early on in his career, and anybody's like this, you're going to get more generic answers. You're not going to get a lot of depth. You're not going to get really insight into who he is. And I think that's a big turning moment for a lot of players when like, I'm just going to say whatever the fuck I want because this is where I'm at and I'm confident in who I am and what I can do. And the last 2 years you've seen, I just feel like he's more confident. It appears on the field, off the field. I'm digging his entire vibe right now. I really
He's figured it out, man.
Yeah.
He's figured it out, and he knows it. And on top of that, I was talking to Chris Jones in the locker room today about it, and he was mentioning to me, he's like, man, a lot of guys don't know Dak Prescott, one of the hardest working guys out there.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Is that how do you know this, Chris?
How do you know this,
and
Tim
I guess
Meadows?
He is the ladies' man. The lady man. Next caller. It's so good. It still holds up too. I was watching it the other day.
I might just do that right after this. Just watch YouTube of Tim Meadows
so
and the ladies' man.
Just hearing his voice while he talks on the radio is hilarious. It's so good.
All right, let's get back on track. Where are we?
Leon Phelps. Yes.
Did you got Chris was talking about Dak being one of the hardest workers.
Yeah, that's all he said.
Right.
The passing game might have been in a slump, but it was a record week in rushing. The entire league averaged 121 yards rushing. It's the highest in week one since 2008. Is Running the Rock officially back? Is this now a running league?
I think
we're back to a running league.
The league always goes like this. It's always going in cycles. I mean, it's never going to go back to what it was in terms of like as much running as it used to be. Well, then
does that negate Patty Mahomes' franchise record that you just tried to fucking say it's a different league, it's a different day and age?
No, what I'm saying is it's never going to go back. I just literally said it's never going to go back to what it was. But the reason you're seeing more yardage, the reason you're seeing more yardage right now is because defenses are doing everything they can the last few years to play these bend, don't break zone defenses, take away the big play. And when you're playing that style, it opens up some stuff underneath and especially the running game. So you're going to continue to see teams running it a little bit more to take advantage of that. But the reality is it's a throwing league. It's going to continue to be a throwing league. That number more reflects, I think, what defenses now are trying to do, which is like the biggest thing on defense for years. And Roquan Smith said it before your game, which was funny, was stop the run. Right? How are we going to stop the offense? You stop the run. And I still think that's true for like Shanahan style offenses.
Try and make a team one dimensional. Yeah.
Yes. Make a team one dimensional, but it has far more gone into this category of stop explosive plays. And I think that the teams still want to obviously stop the run, but in order to stop explosive plays, you got to play more conducive coverages and back-end principles that reduce explosive plays from happening, which opens up the run game a little bit more, although teams are doing some creative things to try and still stop the run with lighter boxes and things of that nature. Anyways, is that a sufficient answer? I think that kind of – do you have anything else?
I think it's very efficient.
All right.
And,
a couple other teams surprised the football world. The Saints looked great in their 47-10 blowout win over the Panthers. I'm not going to lie. I saw that one coming. The Panthers aren't a good football team, and Derek Carr, he just goes on. Dude, he goes off on sometimes, and it's not surprising.
Derek Carr, I've seen Derek Carr go off a bunch of times when he was with the Raiders, and he's got everybody healthy in New Orleans right now. So when everybody's healthy, you got all your weapons, man. Derek's he's gonna dice you up if you give him the opportunity.
Yeah, like I said when we were talking about the games we were going to watch at 1:00. This was not one that was. I mean, I really thought the Saints were going to win this one in pretty one-sided fashion. Anyways, the Patriots also beat the Bengals. We already talked about this one, 16-10. Don't sleep on the Patriots defense. It was great last year. I know they had some injuries and it changed some things, and their offense was so bad that the defense wore down towards the end of the year. They still got a great defense led now by Gerard Mayo. The Bengals pretty routinely get off to slow starts. And with all the Jamar Chase things, with Joe Burrow coming back from an injury, not surprising they weren't clicking on all cylinders. Listen, even though I just said that, I still think it's an upset that the Patriots beat the Bengals.
I mean, an upset is an upset. If Vegas has them the favorite, yeah.
If you're giving the other team points and you lose, that's an upset, brother. Yeah, Bills took on my former defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, and the Arizona Cardinals, and got out to a slow start. Cardinals were winning pretty much the whole first half, and then Allen had a great 2-minute drive there at the end of the first half, and he must have went in and got some milk because he lit it up in the second half. He went off in typical Josh Allen fashion.
Milk?
Huh?
Milk.
I think he's a big milk drinker, isn't he?
I mean, who isn't? Is that his like Michael Jordan special stuff in Space Jam? He just goes to the law. He just goes in at halftime, gets his fucking vitamin D.
Will Levis, he's on this mayonnaise kick. He needs to get on the milk kick. Clearly,
who's mayonnaise? Oh my gosh! When he was coming out, the draft thing, that's hilarious.
He's still doing the commercials for the mayonnaise bits. Which
oh shit! I didn't know that.
I love it some mayonnaise. I know Trav doesn't fucks with the mayonnaise. I fucks with the mayonnaise.
All right, now we both got out of the house a little bit this weekend. Jason, we'll start with you. Jason's first Monday night countdown on ESPN. You went up to the Bay Area for your first Monday night countdown appearance and forgot to pack a shirt for Jason. Luckily enough, there was a Lululemon around, and he got to explain himself within the first 30 seconds of his ESPN debut. In quotes from SVP, Jason is wearing a shirt he got at the mall because he left his travel bag in the truck, just like Jason just said. And Jason replied,
what did I say? I said something about tits.
It fits my belly now.
Yeah.
I've lost a little bit of weight, but my tits are still struggling, which is a great quote. And me and Taylor were watching that, absolutely dying laughing at it. It was the perfect thing to open everybody up to what they were going to experience for the next 18 weeks. First of all, do we think this is the first time tits has been said on ESPN?
I don't know. I got asked on Twitter, and even when I said it, I get like, tits is a funny word because I think it's allowable. Like it's not against the rules to say in a broadcast, but it's definitely something that you wouldn't typically say in a broadcast. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those words that doesn't belong on a broadcast. And it's like, I've tried to think like, what are other words that it would work? Like grundle. Like if you said grundle, they technically wouldn't bleep it, but it's a weird word to just pull out of your ass.
Yeah, it is. Tits was the most perfect word that you could have used for that situation. And those buttons were holding on by the thread.
They were.
They were
tight up top.
It looked like a stretchy shirt, but it looked like you might have needed to go.
It was stretching. Well, the problem is my belly was swimming. So going to a 3X would have been hard. Wouldn't have looked right. I don't know.
I replied on X, surprised he even bought a new one. You just go shirtless if you forget your shirt.
I mean, Pat McAfee's done a couple of these things shirtless. I think I feels like anything goes now in the world of broadcasting.
Yeah, tits out.
Sun's out, tits out.
Let's get into the actual show a little bit. Did you feel prepared for your first broadcast?
It's like anything you do your first time. I did not feel prepared. I felt very nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And then you realize that you were prepared, that ESPN did a great job of setting everything up, and that you're on set, thankfully for me, with 3 other guys that have done it a bunch. And
you guys mesh so well, man.
Ryan was saving me. Like there was one time I was struggling for the word to say, and he was like exotic. I was like, yes, exotic. Like I was nervous. There's no two ways about it. I think whenever you're doing something for the first time and you don't know what to expect, I think that's natural. It was a lot of fun. And I think that me being up there with guys that had done it before and are so good at it, you feel more comfortable the moment you start doing it with them.
Well, dude, you guys all look like you guys have been doing it for a long time together, because it was very entertaining. I hadn't watched a Monday night countdown from start to finish like that in a long time. And you guys look like you hadn't missed a step coming into the season, and it was just a lot of fun. Everybody had great points. Spears came in with the glasses.
Oh yeah,
that you're still wearing today.
Yeah,
you loved them so much.
Shout out to Swagoo.
Shout out to Swagoo, man. Such a good fellow tight end. We're just everywhere. What can't we do?
Swagoo played D-line.
Yeah, he did, but he also played tight end in LSU.
Oh, I'm gonna have to bring that up. I did not know that.
Don't forget it, baby.
Oh, I can't wait to bring this up with Swag.
And SVP is just the absolute best, man. It was entertaining though. I was having too much fun watching you guys crack jokes and really talk good ball. Really talk good ball about both teams. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. It was fun to actually get one under my belt. Now I kind of know what to expect going into this next week. Well, I guess it'll be different because this one's at the Link, baby, and it's going to be a wild environment.
Yeah,
it's awesome to be in the stadium. It really is. Got to see Trent Williams, got to see John Lynch. You're seeing all these guys, Debo, all these players that, you played a bunch against. It's fun to actually be in the stadium itself with the fans. And one guy I got to see was my man, Jerry Rice. And let me tell you, baby. I don't know that there was anybody in the stadium more fired up for 49ers football than Jerry Rice. I think we dapped up maybe 15 times.
He is 49ers football, man.
And his hands are still big as shit and hard because I was tired of dapping him up by the end of this interaction. Like, dude, my man was fired up for the game.
He's truly the GOAT, man. He's beloved by the Niners organization, by their fan base. He thrives in it. He knows that he's one of the greatest to ever do it, and that was a big, big part in San Fran where he did it, man. And it's always good running into him. Even out in Tahoe, I got to say what's up to him for like 2 seconds, and it's like I'm a little kid in the candy store getting to say what's up to Jerry Rice, man. Well, hopefully the 49ers fans treated you well. I don't always get that response for some reason. Yeah, Jason, you also somehow managed to meet an Eagle fan at the Niners-Jets game.
I did. There was one 62 jersey in the crowd. Had to make sure I got up and signed that one. 49ers fans, for the most part, were very nice and respectful. I know there's been a lot of bad blood between the Eagles and 49ers. I've never said a bad word about the 49ers because I respect them as a team. I know that there's been a lot of trash talk involved. I stay out of all that nonsense. To me, they've been a really, really good team, and it was fun to actually be in San Fran for their season opener. Got a couple boos, and I actually like it. I don't know what it is. When a team boos you, it's like, yeah, you're booing me because I'm great. Nobody boos.
Respect.
Exactly.
It's respect.
Yeah. So keep them coming if you want. Let's get to your out of the house because I think that's what 92% of the people listening to this podcast are waiting to hear. Trav, you went out of the house during your mini bye and went to the New York U.S. Open final. How about that?
I did.
Is this your first time going to the U.S. Open?
Yeah, it was my first time. It was my second time going to a tennis match, or at least a professional tennis match as big as this one. I went to one in Indio, California, out there in Palm Springs, to support my guy Jack Sock, now retired and playing pickleball. Guy's pretty saucy on the pickleball court as well, as you would assume a tennis player would be, but. This was nothing like that. This was a completely different world. I looked to my left and my right, and every single time I did it, I saw a familiar face. There were so many fucking people there to see the action, and especially the final game, knowing that an American was in the U.S. Open.
Yeah, baby.
Taylor Fritz, unfortunately, couldn't come away with the win, but it was still fun to see two of the top dogs in the game go at it for a couple hours.
What is a live tennis match like? Like I've never been to that level.
It's very quiet. It's very quiet. And you know us, when it's very quiet, we want to say something. Yeah. And we want to do something. And I'm not a quiet person. I've never been a quiet person. I've always been the kid in the back of the class, when it gets quiet, say something smart or say something funny, or at least try and get a rise out of people. So the entire time I wanted to heckle the Italian center, the number one player in the world.
Yeah.
And really try and get in his head to help my guy Fritzy out, and really give him a home court advantage here in America. But I played it cool. I played it respectful. Knowing that that's kind of frowned upon, and I'm sure if I started heckling him like the guy did in Happy Gilmore, screaming jackass at Happy. If it would have got to that point, I would have probably got asked to leave really quick.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they don't mess around with that in the gentleman sports.
Yeah, the gentleman sports. Oh yeah, I dressed the part. I acted the part. Yeah. I was very quiet, except for during intermissions when they were playing music. Nice. That was about the only time I was really showing my personality.
Another reason you might have been quiet, I saw multiple people on Twitter, Swifties and Sports Center as well, catching the fact that you are actually watching football.
Well, Jason, when you get something like YouTube TV on Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, you can watch any game that you want. You can actually watch up to 4 games at once.
Can you do multi-view on your phone? Were you doing multi-view?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
That's amazing.
Jason,
I love this.
It's perfect.
I love it.
It's fucking the first Sunday of the NFL season. You think I was going to miss a 1 o'clock start? The match started, I think, at 2 o'clock. So these games were right in the second quarter, right at halftime, going into the second half. it was prime time for any NFL fan, and I've always been a fan first, man.
Dude, this is the perfect combination. You have a quiet stadium.
You
got a quiet stadium at the U.S. Open.
The volume was down.
Just watching two of the best tennis players. Yep. Okay. There's an ace. Nobody's making noise, and I can still hear the announcer down here.
I was watching that Miami's Dolphins game, just waiting for Tyreek Hill to go for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, knowing what happened earlier in the day. And sure enough, finally at the in the fourth quarter, I believe, or the third quarter, when I think Jacksonville had just fumbled the ball, and literally the next play, they go up top to Tyreek Hill, and he has his fun touchdown celebration where, you can lock me up all you want, baby.
Well, either way, I had a blast watching you guys at the U.S. Open on Twitter.
Had the old country club look going with the cardigan and button up, and then the hat to match. I was Gucci head to toe and
suspenders.
And then I had the Magoo mustache. The bucket hat with the mustache is very Magoo-ish, and I was a huge Mr. Magoo fan growing up, man.
Magoo didn't have the bucket hat. He had like the bowler hat, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's like this
similar look.
It's very.
It makes
me feel like Magoo.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Mr. Magoo,
and shout out to YouTube TV for
keeping the U.S. Open interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. My guy Taylor had a tough one, man. All right, now before we get up on out of here, no dumb questions. That's right, because there's no dumb questions. There's just dumbass people like me and Jason answering really smart, intelligent questions that you need to have a very clear mind to answer.
Yep.
No dumb questions brought to you by our friends at NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV.
There we go.
The guys that I was using to stay up on all the action throughout the NFL while I was at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, baby.
Ironically.
Yeah, baby.
NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV gives you the most live NFL games all in one place. Terms and embargoes apply. You guys know what embargoes mean. We went over that last week. Our first no dumb question from Imelda on X. Can you explain the new kickoff and why they decided to change it? Also, if you guys think it will benefit the game in any way. 92%ers and Swifty. Shout out to the Swifties. Thank you. No dumb questions.
How about that?
No dumb questions.
We've kind of already answered how it's different. There's a landing zone. The players on both sides are starting 5 yards away from the landing zone. The kick has to go in the landing zone. We're not going to go back into all these different rules right now, to be honest with you.
I mean, I wasn't in on it. Now I'm in on it.
I've been in on it. We've talked about this before. Why is it going to benefit the game? Because the game is more fun when special teams make impacts on the game. It's more fun when it's a part of it. It's going to turn into an electric play. We already saw our first touchdown on it this past week with the Arizona Cardinals. And the reason they changed it is because they're trying to find a safe way for the kickoff to still happen. The bottom line is kickoffs weren't being returned at a high rate because of some of the rules implemented and touchback rules designed to reduce the amount of returns and make the game safer. Overwhelmingly, fans prefer that the kickoff actually happens and that there are kickoff returns at a decent rate. And so far, it seems like it's accomplishing it. Overall, it's been a 9.5% increase on kickoff returns since last season. The returns also have averaged 27.2 yards. That's up from last year's 23 yards. So overall, it feels like this is going to get back to making an impact in games, which I am all in favor of. And especially guys that played in the league, when special teams players are impacting the game, it's exciting. Those are guys that are doing they're playing scout team. They're doing all the dirty things. A lot of them are making league minimum, which is still good money, but they're not making the big contracts, a lot of them. So it's just more fun watching guys that put all of this time and effort in, go out there and ball out on game day. You love watching it when guys do that and have a moment. So anyways.
I concur. Exactly what you just said. And I'm only laughing because the fact that you're still taking serious takes on things with those fucking glasses on is absolutely hilarious.
These are my rose shades, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next no dumb question from Michelle Morgan. Do either of you guys like pumpkin spice lattes or pumpkin flavored anything, especially those little pumpkin cakes and cookies in grocery stores? Laugh out loud. Michelle from Akron, rowdy, north side, Summit County, Ohio.
Okay.
Don't know. Never had one. Travis, what do you think about pumpkin spice lattes?
Don't know. Never had one.
Alrighty.
Also, I really only do pumpkin seeds in my oatmeal.
You do pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are pretty good. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
What about, are you a big pumpkin pie guy?
I'm not a pie guy. Not a pie guy at all.
Yeah, but I feel like pumpkin pie is a little bit different. It's got a different texture than normal pie.
Pie is pie.
Pie's pie. Not a pie guy. I got to get you down the shore. Have a little Stephen Cookies blueberry pie. I'm not a big pie guy either, but that blueberry pie at Stephen Cookies, it's pretty good. I don't mind pumpkin pie in the right environment. It's a little cold outside. I see some leaves changing. For some reason, I get the itch to have some. But in general, I think pumpkin's an overrated flavor. I think it's similar to a lot of these advertising trends that people will do to try and get you to commerce their businesses or making up national holidays. Like it means a damn thing just to get you to buy whatever product that holiday is selling. So in general, I do not fall victim to the pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin cakes. About the only thing I fall victim to is buying some of those cute little pumpkins to put on my front porch.
Yep.
And I do look forward to making some jack-o'-lanterns this year with the girls. That'll be a fun project.
Make sure you share. Can't wait to see that as well. I'm right there with you. I'm not a big pumpkin anything other than pumpkin seeds in my granola.
I will do Reese's.
And that's just because they're beneficial.
The Reese's Halloween edition that are shaped like little pumpkins.
I haven't had those in forever.
I've fallen victim to those ones, but really, I'm just looking for an excuse to buy Reese's at that point.
I'm in on seasonal stuff, though. I am like how you were saying.
What seasonal stuff are you in on?
Like I like a
hot dog on 4th of July
harvest. Yeah, I'm like a fall harvest, like cup of Joe.
What's a fall harvest cup of Joe?
Isn't that what I just feel like I see a few of them? Maybe just. I
think you just told me you like pumpkin spice lattes. Is what you just told me. You're describing a pumpkin spice latte.
It's not pumpkin, though. It's just like a cinnamon spice.
Bro, pumpkin spice lattes have cinnamon and pumpkin.
Yeah, but not pumpkin. What I'm talking about isn't pumpkin.
So you're talking about more of like it's later fall around the holidays of like after post-Thanksgiving maybe. Like what they put on the rim almost for Christmas sale. I'll do that. I fall victim to some Christmas sale.
Christmas sale.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Great Lakes gets me on that.
I am in on coffee being seasonal. I think sometimes it just matches the air. It just connects perfectly.
Should I try my first pumpkin spice latte?
Yeah, give us a good Jason Kelsey review. Shoot on down to
looks like I'm going to
Dunkin'
Starbucks
Donuts
tomorrow.
or Starbucks, yeah, and get your first pumpkin spice latte. Let us know what you think.
All right,
love it. Well, shout out to Michelle Morgan.
All right, that does it for No Dumb Questions, brought to you by our friends at NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Don't forget to sign up today at youtube.com/NH. All right, and that wraps up this show. This 100th episode is in the book. Thank you so much, 92%ers, for helping us get here. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to the New Heights channel and follow on New Heights on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Reminder, you can listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Once again, New Heights is a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go Sports Bar. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S for fun clips throughout the week. And thanks to our production and crew again and again and again for always looking out for us, and to all the 92%ers for tuning in. And we will see you guys next week. That's what Jason looks like right now. Just a jazzy little.
That's not jazz. I don't know what that is, but jazz would be like.
This guy's ridiculous.
I just got the glasses. I used to fucking play jazz. I'm trying to
Nice. You're way better at it. That's exactly what I just did. You literally just did what I did, but put a doom.
Yours could have been with a different rhythm section. That completely changed it up.
Right.
You didn't have any swing in yours.
I don't remember it.